find a group. Find a group of men, a hobby, anything, any type of outlet. When I say group, it could be a mental health group. A lot of us take it for granted. We don't see mental health as what it is. I mean, if a doctor prescribes medication, take the medication. Use prayer or some sort of meditation that can also help and aid in the situation. With a group, it could be the Boys and Girls Club. It could be some sort of mentorship. It could be with a church, maybe some friends who experience similar issues or similar likes. You know, if it's just meeting at a cigar bar once a month or somewhere where you can eat chicken wings, because they're good. But do something like that. Find peer support or outlets as far as any type of sport, physical activity. I know for myself, physical activity really helps with stress. It helps with depression. It helps me manage. Being a disabled veteran, I suffer from mental disability, PTSD, and major depressive disorder. So outlets like that, being either active or amongst peers who share the same likes as I do, really help me.
For somebody like me to even have this forum right here where I was even asked to do this, I struggled with even accepting it, only because now in my mind, again, because I go back to that whole fear factor of my words being weaponized against me, how will it be viewed? How will it be taken by said end user or in the person who hears it at the end? For me, I'm not sure if there is a safe place. Because I think for men, we're always dealing with some level of fear factor, and I'll just use that word, of what we communicate and who we communicate to. Will they receive what we're saying and understand it's coming from a place of our heart and just probably a sense of crying out and view it that way? Or will they say, okay, there's something wrong with this person, or whatever the case may be? So I think to use the word ever is very strong. But if you was to ask me, I would probably say no.
When I was in the hospital and was explaining to them what was going on, plus being at the VA, they could see my medical records, mental health records. They told me I was under a lot of stress. So it was my job, it was my relationship, it was also some medication, just all contributing factors to a heart attack. It wasn't that I had clogged arteries or anything. I didn't get stents. It literally was a combination of those things: stress from work, stress from relationship. And it was rough. Overcoming that was rough. I would say it took me, after the divorce, a good 2 years to find myself. There was a lot of healing, a lot of spiritual growth, a lot of meditation, a lot of time alone. It affected my kids in a negative way, because there were times they, want to come and talk to me and I would be sitting in the dark. I didn't know how unhappy they were through that process until recently, like this past week. I was scrolling through pictures in my phone, doing a little purging, and seeing them at Christmas time, birthdays. They were really sad. And I think that I was in a space where I was so bad mentally and emotionally, I didn't notice their sadness. But yeah, I just seen that like a week ago, or this past week.
Oh, okay. For me, it's just been the gym. The gym is my safe place. That's where it's just me and the weights, and there's no emotions involved in it. It's just effort and outcome. So at the end of the day, the gym is such a safe place for me because I don't have to appeal to anybody's emotions. I don't have to appeal to anybody's feelings at that point. I could just get in there, and however much I can lift, that's what I lift, and however many push-ups or whatever reps I can do, that's what I do. But it has just become my safe place that I spend a lot of time at, because it separates me almost literally from me and the world. Even though I may be at a public gym with hundreds of people in there or whatever the case in point may be. It's still just me and those weights. It's just me and the machine and me and the equipment. So I literally block out everything. Once I slap those headphones on or put my music on, it's game over. So that's my safe place.
The extent of the stress that I was under was the fact that I didn't feel safe to express my feelings. And it just doesn't work out well. Your gut health fails, your heart health fails, your mental health fails. And if you don't have an outlet or a way to express, like I have 2 punching bags in my basement. And sometimes when taking a ride and listening to music doesn't work, sitting in my massage chair doesn't work, and I feel that I have to show out some aggression, I'll put my boxing gloves on and I'll go to work on both bags. I won't say it, 10 or 15 minutes, usually about 3 minutes, and I feel exhausted and it's gotten out of me. But that really helps when I don't have someone to talk to.